All right, we are live on Dodgers Digest. This is Mike Nelson talking about the Dodgers being 2 wins away from going to the World Series. That's right, just 2 wins away. Dodgers get 2 wins on the road, just like they did against the Phillies in the last round. And now they'll be coming back home and starting Game 3 this afternoon with a big opportunity to basically put this series away. Some experts, such as Stephen A. Smith of ESPN, says that the series is over. The Dodgers are going to sweep. But what does everybody think? Do you think the Dodgers, is it over, or the Dodgers going to sweep? Do you see the Brewers making any sort of comeback? The Brewers have not looked good at all in the first couple games, right? I mean, they've only scored a couple runs yet. On Tuesday, the Dodgers jumped out to an early lead. The Brewers scored the first run in the first inning, and then the Dodgers came back and got a couple runs in the second, and that was it, right? Yoshinobu Yamamoto had an historic performance, going 9 innings, only giving up 3 hits, only walked 1 batter, pretty incredible, and had 7 strikeouts. The first Dodgers pitcher in 21 years to throw a complete game in the playoffs. 21 years it took, right, for that to happen again, and that just shows you what a big accomplishment it was for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What does everybody think? Do you think the Dodgers... are you surprised by the dominance of this team in the first couple games? The team has, of course, been dominating, in the playoffs. They've been winning most of their games, only lost 1 game so far, sweeping the Reds, beating the Phillies 3 out of 4, and so far already beating the Brewers in the first 2 games. So this team has been basically unstoppable outside of that 1 blowout loss at Dodger Stadium last week. But what's in store for LA in the next couple of days? I think the Dodgers are set up to put this series away at home. I think they don't want to go back to Milwaukee. I think you have 3 games at home. You need 2 wins, and that's got to be the plan, right? Get 2 out of 3. Hopefully a sweep, but if you can't, got to win it in 5. And that's it, right? You don't want to go back to Milwaukee for a Game 6. You don't want to do that, right? I mean, I don't think the Dodgers want to play a Game 6 on the road because they have the opportunity to close out. It's kind of like the Seattle Mariners, right? I mean, they took a 2-0 lead going home. They lost yesterday, and now they're kind of thinking we got to win the next 2 games, right? Because if not, they'll be going back to Toronto. So I don't think the Dodgers want to end up in that situation. They have to find a way to win. Of course, this first game today, right? Got to try to get this win today and take the 3-0 lead, right? Take the 3-0 lead and basically put all the pressure on the Brewers tomorrow, facing a 3-0 deficit. The Dodgers would be basically, with 1 foot in the World Series if they do that. So today's a big game. Tyler Glasnow going to be pitching. It's not going to be Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's going to pitch until tomorrow. But, yeah, the Dodgers have a pretty big opportunity today to really do something and take a 3-0 lead. And, yeah, be on their way to really, make a difference and go to the World Series, right? Again, back-to-back years. And it'd be great. I think the Dodgers have been playing, finally, we've been seeing the Dodgers at full strength after a season where they really did not have their best, right? They kind of struggled at times, had a lot of injuries, had so many injuries. And in this playoffs, it seems like all that has gone away. Although Ohtani still, went 1 for 5. And didn't contribute a lot offensively, but still, the Dodgers didn't really need that, right? I mean, they still have Kike Hernandez, who continues to be on fire, right? Just incredible what that guy is doing, going 2 for 3 with a walk. This guy has just been so good for the Dodgers in the playoffs. One of the reasons why the Dodgers are winning all these games, the bottom half of the lineup with him has been really good. Just a lot of good things to look at from Game 2 that was basically a blowout. The Brewers were never in this game. Yamamoto completely shut the Brewers down. A complete game. Honestly, just kind of incredible what he did. And now on to Game 3, right? Game 3 today. And Game 3 is going to be, I'm sure it's going to be super, super loud out there at Dodger Stadium, right? It's going to be a very loud stadium this afternoon. Finally, with the Dodgers having an opportunity to, take a 3-0 lead, and it's going to be a lot of fans out there. It's going to be I'm sure a lot of fans out there are excited about going to that one. Wish I was at that game today, because it would be fun definitely to see see the fans and and be there with everybody cheering on the Dodgers as they have an opportunity to win the pennant at home, right? I think that's what's pretty awesome about the next 3 days. The Dodgers have the opportunity to clinch the National League pennant at Dodger Stadium. Still yet to be determined who they're going to play in the World Series, if they're going to have home field or not. It's still kind of up in the air. But I think the opportunity to clinch the pennant at home is definitely something that doesn't come by every day. But yeah, it's a big day for Dodger fans and a big day for the team and everybody, right? A huge day. But what does everybody think out there? Everybody's been pretty quiet today. Have not a lot of people watching. But if you have any comments, comment below. Gonna close this out soon if we don't have much people participating. But yeah, I think the Dodgers have been really good this season, and definitely excited. We kind of expected this, right? The Dodgers were gonna be competing for the World Series. I think that's a given. The Dodgers were going to be a World Series contender. For some, they were the favorites to win the World Series, and they're right there. They're right there, just a couple wins away from going back to the World Series, and I think it's good. I think the Dodgers have, I think they're set up this season they were set up this season to go far, and that's exactly what they're doing, right? I think that's not a surprise. Can't be surprised about that. What was surprising, I think, is how the Dodgers, got here, right? I mean, after the season that they had, that was like so inconsistent. It was not the best regular season for LA. But they basically put all that away, and it all started at the end of the regular season, right? Winning 5 in a row to close out the season, right? I think it kind of started off from there. The momentum kind of built up from there, winning those 5 games and going into the playoffs. I think from there, it all kind of went, got better, right? And the Dodgers just kind of started thinking they could go far after doing that. But yeah, definitely, I think the Dodgers have, a opportunity that they can't blow. They kind of win the series at Dodger Stadium. They don't want to go back to Milwaukee. It's definitely would not be a good thing if they go back to Milwaukee. And yeah, I think that's got to be the number one key, I think, for the Dodgers, right? Winning the series at home, just like the Mariners, got to win in the next few days and set themselves up for, the World Series, cracking the champagne at home. Because, yeah, not winning, losing 2 out of the next 3 would be bad, right? They'll have to go back to Milwaukee with a 3-2 lead or, potentially down 3-2, right? They lose all the games. So, yeah, that would not be good, losing 2 out of 3 or all the games here at Dodger Stadium. So, yeah, got to be definitely excited for the Dodgers to get something done the next few days. Abraham saying, I love the lineup switch in Game 2. I think this will help the Dodgers string together their hits better for more runs. It shows in Game 2. Yeah, that's a good point there, Abraham. The lineup switch for the Dodgers from Game 2, from Game 1, right? The Dodgers ended up going with Freddie Freeman at, batting third, Will Smith batting cleanup, Max Muncy batting fifth, and moving Teoscar Hernández all the way down to sixth, right? I think that was a good switch there by Dave Roberts. Abraham's also saying, I think moving up Kike up in the order by swapping in with Edman could help even more. Yeah, good. I like where he's at though right now, number 8. He's done so good. It's like thinking, man, I don't know if I want to move him out of there. But yeah, moving him up to 7 might be a possibility. But yeah, I think the Dodgers have. I talked about this many times during the regular season. They were going to score runs, right? I mean, we can't be surprised by this. They have the best offense in the league, the best lineup. And they were going to put up runs, right? I think that was going to happen, right? It was just a matter of time. And I think sometimes fans got a little bit frustrated with certain players, but this is what we signed up for when we got all these players, paid all the money to get these players, right? I mean, this is it. A lineup where you have 60 to 70% of these guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Imagine that. I mean, basically, most of the players in the Dodgers can hit a home run, which is pretty wild on their lineup, right? I mean, most teams don't have that, where every single player has possibilities to hit balls out of the ballpark, and that's what the Dodgers have, right? That's what makes them so dangerous. Look at the Brewers lineup. You got guys that really, are not going to do much damage. And it's showing, right? I think the Brewers, like I talked about this a few days ago after the game on Monday, they're having a reality check right now. I think the Brewers are at that point. They're not going to, of course, admit it, but I do think it's definitely a reality check what they're going through right now. With they're playing a much better team, and the Brewers really don't have the personnel, I think, to really make this a series. Brewers could still win today, and we have it will be a series, right, if they win today. But it's not looking good for the Brewers. I really think it's not looking good. Brian's saying Ohtani needs to get to move to the 9th spot with his 5.34, 140 batting average in the playoffs. The batting average has been pretty poor. Like I said, Ohtani is a player that I think the Dodgers are not going to move him off the leadoff spot. I think he's going to be a leadoff hitter if he's healthy and playing. It's just the Dodgers. We don't know. Ohtani might be a bit tired too after having all those. The pitching, right? I think the pitching gets to you, right? Pitching and hitting, it's going to take a toll on you long term. So we don't know what the effects are yet of Ohtani being a two-way player, and maybe we're starting to see it, right? And that's kind of why the Dodgers keep pushing back Ohtani's start, because they don't want to tire him out even more. Going to pitch tomorrow, right? And then, wouldn't be surprised, the Dodgers hopefully sweep and they don't have to worry about Game 5, because you don't want to have, Ohtani's got to play in Game 5. There's a Game 5, right? I mean, can't give him a day off. A day after his start, he's going to have to go, right? So Dodgers want to close this out in 4 and give Ohtani that time off after his start this weekend. I think that is the key. The Dodgers are talking about this. I'm sure they are. Let's close out this series on Thursday and Friday and give Ohtani a much-needed break after his start on Friday. I think that's definitely what they are thinking about. Donnie's saying it looks bad for the Brewers. They need to win 4 out of the next 5 games. Yeah, it's not looking good. I think, Donnie, the Brewers losing the first 2 at home is, it's bad. I think it's just like, the Phillies losing the first 2 at home. Toronto came back and had a big statement win yesterday, so you don't know, right? I think that's kind of what the Brewers are going to need today if they want a shot to get back in it, right? They'll have to have a statement win at Dodger Stadium. Abraham's saying, I think Ohtani not pitching today is to help him focus on getting out of his slump. I think that too, and also I think just Dodgers, want to take a little pressure off of him, right? I think Glasnow is going to get the pressure now to deliver today. Donnie's saying, I think that's impossible. Yeah, talking about Brewers coming back. Yeah, it's looking bad for the Brewers. I think the Dodgers are definitely set up to go back to the World Series, which I think is super awesome. I think the Dodgers going back would not be surprising. But it will be something awesome having them back in, and with an opportunity to win back-to-back championships for the first time in their franchise history, right? I think that would be really awesome. Donnie's saying I've been a LA Dodger fan since I was a kid. Yep, I think a lot of us have, being Dodger fans growing up in LA. We all had supported the Dodgers, but this is coming to an end here with the Dodgers live stream. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe. If you are seeing this for the first time, you see this on replay. Hopefully the Dodgers get the W tonight. And as always, let's go Dodgers. Woo!